Hello, everybody. Hello, it's Christy. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everybody. I'm coming on just a few minutes early because Miss Lindsay is going to share me out into our Creative Hive group, which is where all of the crafters for today will be streaming. So make sure you check them out. If you're watching this part, it's probably replay. So tell me hi and that you're here. And I'm so excited that you guys are here. This month is actually my third birthday, at least the page's third birthday. So that's why you see the balloons in the back. So it's exciting to be in an event when it's also in your birthday. Hello, Amanda. How are you? Hello, my CBFF, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra from Country Family Roots will be up today as well as a bunch of good crafters that we have. And I'm excited to see what everybody does. I'm super excited. Okay, so while Lindsay's sharing me into the group, I had to bring out my Peter. Hey. Actually, I have been a Peter Rabbit fan for quite some time. And if you know me, you probably know it has to do with like my fandom because I love Peter Tork of the Monkeys. So Peter Rabbit just reminds me of him. And actually, I have a tattoo that says Peter. So hello, Lavender Lace with Glory. She will be up today as well. And after me is Primitive Country Memories by Jodi. So I can't see what she does. Hello, Sage. How are you? Sprinkled in. Thank you so much, my beautiful golden girl. Okay. So welcome, everybody. It's the Peter Rabbit event. And I am stoked about this. When Lindsay asked me, I was like, yes, please. I will take a day off if it's on a weekday because I wanted to do it so bad. So I have Mr. Peter here. I had to bring him out to show y'all how big of a fan I am. Hello, Ms. Barb. He's going to craft with me. So I'm going to put him over here. And I'm going to get some of my goodies out that we are working with today. So I am going to do a craft. I might get two done, so, because these are really simple, believe it or not. So we're going to be using this is a wreath. I actually got this in one of those Michael's $10 bins. I've had it sitting around here for now. I know it looks really pathetic right now, but with the magic of being live and everything, I get to show you what I did. So we brought it to life a little bit. So, hi, Melissa. Hello. It is a fun event. It's going to be a very fun event. Okay, I'm going to bring you down this way so you guys can see what we're doing. Hi, Becky. How are you? Sneaking on from work to spread the love. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate it. Okay, so I want you guys to see my craft mainly. So, all I did was take this moss that you can get from, they have different colors. I really like this green. It makes it pop. Hello, Old Time Creations by Deborah. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. I'm so excited you're in today's event too, aren't you? And then I just used this moss in here. Okay. So there's a couple things that I got for this. We're actually going to be making a wreath. And I'm going to actually do the sign first so it has a little bit of time to dry so I can kind of put it together for you. And hello, Jodi. And we're going to try to do everything without gluing it. So we'll see what happens. We will see. It's going. Aw. All right. So I did get these carrots. I have a couple things here for you. First, I wanted to show you, don't overlook. Hello, Row 12 Creations. You're on today as well. Don't overlook the little miniature section in Hobby Lobby. This was in the dollhouse section. So we're actually going to be incorporating these. And I got some bunnies. I got some berries because bunnies like berries. You could use whatever carrots you have. I know a lot of us get this stuff when it's like really cheap on clearance after Easter. So look into your stash. Okay. And then I do have some smaller carrots. And I did pre-make a bow. So I'm going to just kind of gather all my stuff around. But first I'm going to make my sign. And I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make my sign work with this because it is a little big. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. Jamie. Okay. Thank you. Yes, I know it's been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute. Okay. And then I am no Donna. But I did make a little cabbage to go in here as well. And I did use I actually learned that from her and Sam's with Graham's Rustic Farmhouse, how to make some cabbage. I didn't do the best job, but that's okay. So I'm going to stick this just over here for a minute. And the other main thing we're going to use on this, I have to show you, is brown wire. You can use brown wire, white wire, green wire, floral wire, whatever you have. Hi, Christy. And then good morning, Kathleen. And then I'm just going to show you how to use that. But I am going to paint this sign. Now, you will find in the woodpile section, there should be some signage like this. This looks very rustic, kind of like the sign that Mr. McGregor made that says no bunnies allowed. I know some of the stories have that version and some don't. We're going to make a little sign that says no bunnies allowed. So first things first, we're going to paint this, but I do want to go ahead and put 2 holes in here so that we can actually put it onto our wreath. Because it's a little bit big, I wanted to show you guys what my idea was. It's going to take up the whole wreath if we put it like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on wire and we're going to put it hanging off the bottom of the wreath. Because this is a very small wreath, this would be a great like indoor wreath or like a covered porch wreath. But I'm going to put it underneath because it'll make it a little bit bigger. It'll be a little bit more spacious because it is something small. So I'm going to use my power tools. You guys, it's been a hot minute since I did this, but I'm just making 2 holes. If you already see 2 holes here, thank you, Janet. If you already see 2 holes here, it's because I did try to use my little Dremel. This is the tool that I use for making my charms. New to the group, hello, Maria's Fake Bake. I've seen you before. How are you? They're a little too small for my wire, but that's okay. Hi, Donna. I loved your craft. I wish we could give you 2 hours because it'll be worth it, but I loved it. So I'm just going to kind of hold it at an angle, and I'm just going to use my drill bit to take it a little bit bigger. And honestly, you guys, that should be big enough because my wire is pretty thin. But if you have bigger wire, you're just going to use whatever one you have. This is actually a 1/16 of an inch drill bit. It's very small. So I just love the way you guys are saying hi to each other. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger on this side. Hopefully this is big enough. I think it should be fine. And I'm just kind of going back and forth because it makes me feel better. There's no rhyme or reason that says you have to. It just makes me feel better. I do a lot of sewing journals, and when I get done, if I finish in time, I'm going to show you guys my Peter Rabbit journal that we did, or that I did. I don't think I recorded any of it. So, all right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint it. I'm just using cashew, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull my brush out here. If you guys don't know, I am a Disney fanatic, so I do collect the popcorn buckets. And yes, I use them to store my craft supplies because why not? I don't eat that much popcorn, so I might as well use it for something else. He was so cute, wasn't he? My comments aren't moving. Barb, why is Facebook doing that to you? All right, so I'm just going to paint this. I'm just using the cashew chalk paint. And I'm just going to kind of roll over this. It's just to kind of give it, I kind of want a wood grain look, but I'm just doing a 1 coat is fine. If I had my perfect way to do it, I would probably just stain it, but I don't want it too dark. I kind of want that light look because everything else on here is really light, except for probably the berries. The berries aren't that light. So it's been a hot minute since I did a craft. And later today, I plan on, because obviously everybody's in here, I'm going to just post, I'm not going live, but I'm going to post another picture of, if you guys did not know, since it was our 3rd birthday, I did a little giveaway. And Miss Becky, that's in my comments, won the giveaway. But we did a vote for your favorite craft. And my last Peter Rabbit craft, we are no stranger to Peter Rabbit here. My last Peter Rabbit craft actually won best craft vote by you, the followers. So I'm going to repost another view of when we made that. So, and I do not want to be here, sitting here all day painting this, but I don't want to put it on too thick either. So we're just about done. We're just going to make this cashew color. And I kind of want it to have like a worn look, like Mr. McGregor just grabbed a piece of his fence to do so. So, all right, so we're going to be done with this. And I'm not even really going to do too much with this. I am just going to take a paper towel, well, not a paper towel, but a baby wipe. And I'm just going to touch it up in some of the thick spots. Hello, Aletta. Welcome on in. If you're new, good morning. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of rub it in. And honestly, you guys, I may have to redo my holes, but at least I know where they are. I can still see them. Okay, and that's it. Now, I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to put it over here to dry, because we're going to work on our actual frame, our actual wreath. Your girl does not craft this early. And I love to see the new faces in here of the people that I never get to see because y'all are either cooking or in bed by the time I come on. Hi, Mom. Hello, Sharon. Welcome. Okay, so that's all I did with that cute little wreath. I just covered it with moss. It took a little bit. It was very messy. It's still going to be very messy. I'll probably have to clean this craft room 3 times before it's all gone. Now, I did leave the little hanger on here because, honestly, these are hard to get in and out of styrofoam, so I just left it like that. But you can change out the ribbon or whatever. And I'm going to say to you guys right now, this little thing was so expensive. Like, I'm glad I got it in a $10 box. Michael's is a little crazy, you guys. I had to tell you. $34.99. No, thank you. It did have like little plants and stuff on it, but I pulled those off as soon as I got it. So, but we are recycling and we're using what we have. That is the main part. Okay, so when you go to put this together, you want it in front of you. Hi, Cheryl. You want it in front of you like this, so you can kind of put things down the way you want them. Now, obviously, the bow is going to be last, but put that somewhere where it's going to be so you can see like the size, so you don't overflow where the bow is going to be. Now, first things first, I think I'm going to use these little carrots, you guys. I like the color of them better. These are 40% off right now at Hobby Lobby. That's where I got mine. It comes in this little bag, and I don't want to cut up this bag because I kind of want to use it. So I'm just going to tear into that. We'll get the tag off. These are $6.99, but they're 40% off. So they're like $4 for all these. Hello, Debbie. Do you like the carrots? Hello, Melody. How are you, Melody? Be the Light with Melanie is going to be on today as well. I'm super excited to see what she does. Look at me. I'm going to look like I went through the garden myself. Okay, I kind of like doing the 3s and the odd numbers. So I'm going to put these here. Right now, I'm just going to kind of put things where I want them, and then I'll put them down. So again, your little garden tools will be in your miniature section. And I'm always in the doll miniature section because I make charms and stuff, and I always find the cutest things. And these are portioned pretty good for this wreath. So I think we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to do these on the side to kind of frame it. I think. We're going to change our mind a couple times, I'm sure. So I am going to I do have a mushroom, which I plan on using, and I might put that one there. And remember, it's not just vegetables that Peter is after. He likes the berries. So I did grab this little bushel for the event today. These are $2.99, and I'm actually not going to use the whole thing, so I'll be able to use it for another craft. So it's almost like shopping at Dollar Tree, to be honest, you guys. All right. So then you just basically, I'm going to pull out a leaf. And these already have like the picks in them, so I tried to just pull them out the way they are. There we go. And we're going to use those. And then we do have like our little piece of cabbage. So I'm just going to try to put everything together with our wire. And that way, if something looks flimsy in like a few years, or if you need to redo it, you could just remove the wire and it'll be easy and nothing has to like fall off with like glue. If you're in warmer conditions like me, I'm in Florida. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, if I'm missing anybody. Your hot glue will not survive outside. So you may just want to, you know. For this though, I think we'll go ahead and glue this piece. That would be the only piece that we would glue. Okay, so now you have a rough idea of what everything is going to look like. And now you can go ahead and start putting this together. Now I do have a special thing that we're going to do at the end for the middle piece. And you'll see here in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and just start doing this now. Let me see. I think I want my berries over here. Yeah, I'll put my berries on the right. So that's the only part that you have to see. So this is really like, you're just going to stick it right inside the wreath. And that's what I like about these little foam wreaths, is if you don't like the way it looks, you could just take it off and put it in there again. It's really easy. So this already has like a pokey piece, and then it has like the flimsy pieces. Love it. Now, if you need to, because this is a very small wreath, I probably need to cut this down. So we'll go ahead and cut that down a little bit. I was just doing it over the trash. And then we'll put our little berries in. And we'll put another. Well, that one came out, didn't it? That's okay. I can stick it back in there and add a little glue. I was trying not to use glue, but the sticky piece came out, so we'll have to use a little glue for that. Barb, can you see the comments now? Oh, I'm so excited that you guys are here with me. So, and if you are new to my page, I do crafting, and we do a lot of paper crafts as well. We have a lot of fun here. So thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoy. All right, so I'm just going to kind of put my berries and my 2 leaves there. We can always play around with it later. I think I kind of want the berries in between though. So that's what I love about these wreaths. We're going to go ahead and just stick it in this piece. And then if you need to add a little bit of moss to clean it up later, you can. So now I'm going to put my little gardening tools together. So I'm going to just kind of put them together with my wire first, and then I'm going to wrap it around the wreath. So I'm just going to pull a piece of my wire, and this is available on the Zon. You guys, if it sounds like I'm drowning, it's because I have really, really bad sinus issues. It's killing me lately. Hello, Michelle Colette. How are you? Thank you for following. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to kind of bundle them at the bottom here. Technically, you could do them all individually. And if I wasn't on an hour time frame, I probably would, but this will be okay. We can always go back and do that later. I probably cut off way too much than needs to be, but that's okay too. We'll just cut that. I wasn't thinking about my measurements. But you want to do it a couple times around. And it almost looks like old rusty wire that's, you know, on his pieces anyways. So now we'll go ahead and pull that back. And then I'm going to pull it nice and tight, and then I'm just going to twist it like a bread tie, basically. You want to twist it enough times because no one's going to see the back of your wreath. Okay, so now we have his little garden tools on there. Now, the bow is going to be at the top, so that's about as far up as I'm going to go. Next, I'm going to take my little bundle of carrots. I think I am going to glue these little pieces together just so they stay together for when I'm doing this around. And I'm so sorry if I'm missing. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, hello. Those are cute garden tools. I know, I found them at Hobby Lobby and I was like, oh, these are perfect for what I'm trying to do. So, all right, guys, I'm going to put my little carrots together here just by one little piece of glue. So those will be together and this one will be together. And it's just going to be a little bundle right here. All right. I hope everybody is going to have a good weekend. I think the hubby and I this is our only day that we have off together. So he knows when I'm in an event, I always listen to my phone when I'm out with different, you know, errands and stuff. So we're going to do our grocery shopping and all that fun adulting. Nothing real planned. Nothing really interesting planned anyway. Okay. Now we're going to take this little piece. Now I wanted to show you guys. I have it right here. I made cute little cards, and I don't have the cards to show you because they're packed away with my Easter stuff still. I did not take it out yet. But what I did was I dyed coffee filters like this green color. And what you do is you basically just kind of, like I did. I don't even know how to explain this. So you just kind of wrinkle the bottom, right? Now, some people do it with like styrofoam balls and they use like the floral pins and things. Honestly, I just kind of did like this because it's going on a wreath anyway. You don't really need it to have a lot of weight. And then I made this one last night. So I just kind of wrinkled up a little bit, like really small. And then I took another one. I think we're only going to fit one on here. And then I just kind of wrinkled around it. And then I just kind of squished it. Not too much, but just enough to where now it looks like a piece, it looks like cabbage. Like that. I really like the way this one came out. Now, it is in 2 pieces, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue. Don't get burned. I just want it to kind of hold in place. And then we'll go ahead and put some glue right here. So this will be the only spot that we're going to really glue. And you just kind of crumple it up a little bit. You do want it to be a little bit of fluff too. So, and you can hold it together in different ways. You could put a couple pins in it if you have pins. Scrunch it. Yes, scrunch it. Like a scrunchie. That's what I used to call it anyway, scrunchies. So now you have your cabbage and your berries and your garden tools. So this almost looks like McGregor's garden, right? All right, so I have this little mushroom, and I may put 2 on here, but I just want to see what my boat looks like. So I'm going to pull, I already did this. Let me show you guys. Well, you should probably look at it first before I start doing that. I already put my wire on here. I just twisted it around the neck of the mushroom. And then I'm just kind of pulling it like that for the red tie. I don't think I gave myself enough slack on the other side, but that's all right. It'll, as long as you twist it good, it'll stay in place. So I think I'm going to do my other mushroom. I already have that one as well. I just want to make sure it worked before I start showing you guys, you know. So, and I'm going to just kind of have it go a different way because we want this to look really full. It's so cute. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet to each other. This community, I swear, has been such a good outlet for me. For many, many people, it's changed their lives and it's made them very wonderful in a positive way. Especially when, you know, if you're alone or if you're just if you're like in a dead-end job, which I'm not saying I'm in a dead-end job, but my job is very repetitive. And when I get to do things like this, it's very satisfying, and it keeps you going, and it's very good for your mental health. So I'm a good positive person with mental health talk. So if that's something you need too, you can definitely join me. So that's why we journal sometimes too. Okay, so I think it's coming together really cute. Hi, Audrey. All right, so I already did the bow because I didn't trust myself live with the bow. I don't think I did too bad with the bow. So we're gonna put our little bow at the top. And then, like I said, I put the wire on, and it does not have to be perfect. Although my husband will tell you different because he is a perfectionist. He was telling me to get the ruler to do the holes in the little sign. And I'm like, I'm not you. Thank you, Melanie. Okay. So there is our little wreath. Now we do need something, right? We need another little something. And I actually have 2 ideas for you. I think we'll do the one idea first. So let me move this out of the way because we're done with this, and I'm going to move this to the side. And if you excuse me for a total of 10 seconds, I'm just going to clean this real quickly. Otherwise I'm going to be wearing it all day. I'm going to be going to the grocery store and look like I did crawl through someone's garden and I picked the vegetables myself. But that is the event we're in. Thank you, Lindsay. The bow is very pretty and just perfect. Thank you. I know, right? I'm not a huge bow maker, but I have learned from some really wonderful crafters. And that's another thing. You learn something every day. That's why these events are so great to follow, even if you can't catch them all. Absolutely. Okay. So there's a couple different options that we have with this wreath. Let me get you one. All right. So last night I was thinking on what we can do with this, and I remembered even from my last event, I didn't quite do it this way. I did it a different day, but I made a jacket, and I have this pattern. I've had this for a really long time, you guys, but I can do some research if you want the pattern. So I cut out a little pattern, and where's my actual piece? I tried to make it a little bit bigger, but that didn't go well, as you can see. But I did copy this. It came from a website. It's called the Home Bee Garden. It's very, very faint the way it printed, because this is a print of a print. I actually had it hanging in my craft room for a while on my board, my little craft board. But I used this pattern to make a jacket, and I didn't even have felt, although I would definitely recommend felt with this, but I didn't have felt last night. So I used an old apron that I don't use. It's an old Publix apron that is from our grocery store. I don't even know. I probably got it for crafting, but you know what? We're crafting with it. So that's all that matters. And then I cut this out and I made a little jacket. So that is one thing that you can put in here, and we're actually going to finish the jacket, and I have another idea for this. So I got to grab my little buttons behind me, but that won't be a problem. So what I did was, I think we're going to make one together. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:30. Yeah, we can make it. Okay. So I did not do a perfect job because it's just a ratty little jacket that Peter wears. But I had to get the color right, and this was the best I could do. It's a little off, but it's okay. So what I did was I cut out this, which I'm going to do for you, and I traced it onto, this is just that material. I didn't sew it or anything. We're just going to put it on here because I have another idea and a second craft if we get to it. So let me go ahead and cut this out for you. I just cut around the lines, and obviously if you have that type of printer where you can make things bigger, or you can take it to Staples and get it done a little bit. I I live in Florida, Michelle. It's a nice day out. It's partly cloudy with a high of 70. Anybody want to come visit me? But I heard in Arizona it was 95, so I don't know. Some people are having the hot weather, some people aren't. And I know some people are still getting piles and piles of snow. And I will say this on every live. I give you guys mad props because I could not do it. I'm originally from Niagara Falls, New York, but I moved here when I was really little, so I don't really remember it that much. And I've been in Florida pretty much ever since. I did live in Pittsburgh for a very small period of my life, but I moved back to Florida because I'm a Florida girl. I can't do the others. So I'm going to show you another tip too if you don't really love the size of it. So give me 1 second. Let me get you the idea so you guys can see how to do this. I don't have like a group or anything I can post this to, but maybe Lindsay will let me post it to the group if I can find the original post. If I can't, I may just have to scan it, or you guys may just have to message me. California, yes, it's 90. Oh my gosh, California. Well, good morning. It's nice and early there. Oh my gosh. You're a Florida girl too, Audrey? That's awesome. Okay, so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take a pencil. That's all. And it doesn't really matter what side, but I'm going to kind of trace around. I'm going to do a little bit of an outline around it to make it just a tad bit bigger so that you could see it. So it does not have to be straight because it's all in your cutting really. So this is how I made my little jacket. Now, you would do the same thing with a piece of felt. And they do have like that baby blue felt. Most craft stores have it. It's probably in your stash, you guys, honestly, or any type of fabric would work because you don't necessarily need to have it perfect on the edges because it's supposed to be like a little, you know, ratted tether. I'm sure Peter got into a lot of mischief and messed up his jacket. It was not perfect. It didn't come from Macy's, that's for sure. Hello, Linda. How are you? Welcome. All right. And you could do just a little outline if you want it just a tad bit bigger. So this is probably the most time-consuming part of it anyway. All right, and then I will show you guys what to do with the middle piece because we have to put that little slit in it. So we're just going to kind of cut. You just want to try to make sure you cut it straight. You can even use pinking shears. It'll give it that zigzag look on it, but it's really okay. Whatever you want to do. When I craft, I tell you guys, I'll give you tips, but I always say to do it your way. Post in the group. Post in the group. I could post it. Okay. I will definitely try. You're in Florida, Maria? I think I knew that. Hi, Gwen. I think I knew you were in Florida. I think you mentioned that on one of your lives once. I know I've caught you a couple times. I actually have a fake bake project that I want to do coming up here, hopefully for Easter. I know Easter's really early this year and it's right around the corner. Honestly, I know it's not March, but Easter will be over like before the first week of April is done. So right now is the time. So I better get cracking on it. All right, so sorry I'm a little uncoordinated. These are not my typical fabric scissors. I forgot to grab those. I think it's up in my sewing stuff, but just so you know, it does not have to be perfect. All right, so I will try to get that done by the end of the event, Lindsay. Try to get it. It's very faint, so, but you guys can definitely use your imagination when it comes to the directions, because that's what I did. Okay, so now we have our jacket. I'm going to throw this over here. I don't need that anymore, and that goes in the garbage. Now, what you can see here, Massachusetts, where it's been extremely cold, we're having warm, you're having a warm weekend? Yay, I'm so excited. Hi, Lucy. So you see here where it shows like the two little slits in the end, and then there's a slit down the middle. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half. Actually, I'm going to fold it this way so you don't see the pencil marks really. And then what I did, all I did was I took a little, I don't like to use, I cut myself really bad on X-Acto knives. So you rarely find me use an X-Acto knife, but I use these cute little, these are opening for packages. These are also at Hobby Lobby. And all I did was gave myself two slits down the side. Now, I just kind of put a little crease in there, and I'm just kind of using like a little mark. So I do about halfway. And all I did is you want a mat like this on the bottom. And then I just kind of pull a little slit down about halfway or so. And then I put a little slit in the very top, in the middle. Not all the way done, just in the middle. Make sure your slits meet, and I'll show you why. Ah, they did. Okay. So that's how I did it. I put the little slit here, like a T. Then I'm going to put, oh, excuse me, you guys. Okay. Woo, I'm okay. I'm okay, you guys. I didn't mean to scare you. I felt myself choking, so I had to grab my drink, and it was on the other side, which moved this. So I'm okay, though. All right, now, I'm going to fold these over. Now, I'll show you how I did this. It's just a little twig. It looks like an old stick. These I think I got at Christmas time, and a little skewer, and I tied those together with ratty-tatty, what is it called? Jute. That's what I did. So I'm going to put this over it. Yep. Put it over it this way. And then I'm going to peel back my little sides here. And then I'm going to glue those in place because that's the little, that little cuff, that little collar. That's all that is. And I just put a little tiny bit of glue. You don't need a lot. You like a T. Yes, like a T. You read my mind, Lucy. I scared you. It's okay. Hi, Sim. I was coughing and I hit my trash can and it moved my table with my foot because I was just trying to run over there real quick. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to always close this so you don't get skipped, so you don't get cut. Very careful, yeah. I was trying to be really careful, I promise. These might be a little too big. I think they are. I have these little white ones. I think I'm just going to put one in there for the sake of the live. I did not mean to scare you guys. Whoops, our collar's coming undone. There we go. All right, now, this is very detailed, so I'm going to put the glue on this side and just use the back of the button. All right, so now you have a little jacket. So this is more appropriate for the Peter Rabbit. But I'm going to go ahead and just stick it back down in there. But I'll show you the second option. You would think I'm used to talking this much in the morning because I work on the phones. But I guess my body's like, we don't want to talk this morning. It's Saturday. Your girl got up early, crafting during the day, and she wore makeup. Who is this? Okay, so you're just going to stick it down in there, and there is your Peter Rabbit jacket. Isn't that cute? So that's one option. The other option, if you don't feel like doing all this, you can get yourself a little bunny butt. These are at Dollar Tree. And I'm just putting it in here so you guys can see it. And you can put that in there. And this is almost Peter Rabbit's colors. So definitely I love the little scarf that we made. But I'm going to take it up one more notch. Not scarf, the sweater, the jacket. You guys know what I mean. All right. So I'm going to take it up one more notch with this. So I'm going to take, and I did this already. I'm going to take one of these little round brown, thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Christy and Julie. Thank you for presenting. Yes, and don't forget crafting, Primitive Country Memories by Jodi is next after me. And then Crafting with Cat Creations, Country Family Roots, my sweet beat CBFF, and Be the Light by Melanie. We have a huge lineup today. I'm so excited. Hello, Marcia. How are you? You love them both? I know. I have to go with the jacket though because it is for Peter. It is a Peter Rabbit theme. My trash can fell, you guys. Okay, I got to get this out of my way because I moved it again. So this is what I did. I took this little bead. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on the inside so it doesn't go anywhere. And I put it inside of another little coffee filter. And I kind of made it like a little head. Because if you see in the book, and we're going to pull out the book and look, you'll see that he has something like this at the top. So because it has a hole, I just put it through the hole. Like that. And now it's going to kind of stay in place because I did put that glue there. What group are you in today? Oh, Gwen, I am in the Creative Hive group. If you go back after I'm done and click on the live, the link should be in there, but Lindsay can put the link in again if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to take another piece of that same wire that we used, and I'm going to kind of make it a little, kind of like a little head at the top. We are going to cut this down a little bit. Handmade by Springstead. Oh, welcome. You guys are any newbies, please feel free to follow the group today to see all our lovely crafters. Give them a follow. It's free to follow. And you never know who you'll find your next CBFF like I did. I've made so many wonderful friends in these events. Okay. I'm actually going to put a tiny bit of hot glue on the ends of this too, so that jacket doesn't go anywhere. There we go. So now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to chop it a little bit because we don't need a big old bushel at the top like that. And you just trim that off. And now it looks like a real from the book. See how that is? All right, I think I'm going to get to my next craft because it's really quick and easy, and we already have it sort of made. Sort of made. But I'm going to show you guys what else you can do. If you cannot find a wreath like this, or if a wreath is not your thing, or if you don't have the room for a wreath. Let me just move this trash. All right. I happened to find a Peter Rabbit mug at my local Ross store. I know some of you don't have a Ross. It didn't come with the plate, so they discounted it to 99 cents. Now, a lot of you are like, oh, that's such a cute mug. I know, right? Look, it has Peter on it. And the bees. I love it. Hello, Dee. How are you? So I am going to basically do the same thing that I did over here with the wreath with the mug. And it's very easy. I'm just going to show you. We're going to get messy again. But we're going to take our... I only put a piece of styrofoam in there. That's all I did so far. Hello, Lisa with a crafting closet. How are you today? I enjoyed your trellis yesterday. That was fun. Okay, I'm just going to put it in here just like that. It's okay. Now, I got to find my other little, yeah, that'll do. Okay. I just put it in there just like that. This is going to be a simple one. Actually, I think I'm going to put it like that because I like this one to be the front. Now I'm going to take, you can take a piece, you could do like a toothpick. I don't know where all my toothpicks are, but you could put a toothpick in here and put it in there. I'm just going to glue it for now. I'm just giving you guys ideas today because that's what it's all about. We're just going for the ideas. So I'm going to hold that down on there like that. That's that other little mushroom. These mushrooms are from Dollar Tree. In the fall time they have them. And then, oh, here they are. I was like, where'd my carrots go? We can also use our little Dollar Tree carrots. They have those there too. So what do I have? 15 minutes. Oh, perfect. That's just enough time. So we'll put a little carrot here. I'm just gonna set it in there for now because I might do something a little different with this one. And then, you guys, if you don't want to mess with the fabric one, and I'm gonna put everything together too for you, you can cut out your little pattern. Someone was at your door. Oh no! Was it a salesman? I get salesmen at my door, you guys, sometimes, and I don't know why they'd bother. I'd be scared to go to somebody's door this day and age. You could also do like a little cabbage here if you wanted, which I'm just gonna kind of place there. Let me glue this little piece. And we're gonna do the same thing with the other one. This was actually the trimming that I took off the top of the other one. And then we'll just put a little glue and put that in there. That way we have a little bit of the cabbage and the carrot. And then if you don't want to do the whole fabric thing, you could do paper. So all I did was cut my little piece from my little pattern and I made a paper one. And because this one is going to be inside, actually, these are all marked up. I don't know why. I'll probably use a different skewer when I do this for real, but I'll just put a little piece of glue like here and here. Let me do that. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of the stick when I put it up there. All I did was use that same little knife and cut a little piece in there, and then I made a little jacket. So let me get this is my favorite double-sided tape to use. I use it all the time on my lives when we do ATC cards. And I'm just going to put a little one on each side just to kind of hold that jacket together in place. And now we have a little paper jacket if you don't feel like doing the whole other type of jacket. And I'm just going to place it in there like that. Or you can put your little carrots. The little Dollar Tree carrots might actually be looking a little bit better with this, and you can paint them. I know the color of these are really wacky, but I feel like you could definitely paint them. So we'll just keep we'll put 3 in there. So, and there is our other little version. Isn't that cute? I absolutely love it. You guys can put all kinds of stuff. You can put another little daisy or a flower, whatever you have in your stash. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it in here. And I have 12 more minutes left. Oh my goodness. I get to show you guys my Peter Rabbit. It's going to be like story time at Christie's. I'm going to show you my journal I made. It's not completely done yet, but okay. So there is our little, there. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. So there's our little Peter Rabbit wreath. Now, Oh, that's right. We have to make the sign. Never mind. I still have to put the sign in. I forgot we did all that. It's been out of sight, out of mind. Let me see if it's dry. Yeah, that's pretty dry. All right, now we're going to make a sign at the bottom. And you can do whatever you want. You can even cut out a book page of the book and like Mod Podge it on there. I do have napkins available. If you want a napkin, let me know. I have these little Peter Rabbit napkins. I have a ton of, so I have extras. So now we are going to make the sign. Now I am going to use my drill because I did paint over the holes, but I'm going to just re-drill it. That way you guys can see what I did. All right, and then I have a hole right here. And if you missed it in the beginning, I said, I go back and forth with my drill because it makes me feel better. My husband laughs at me. Now you can definitely take jute, but I'm going to go with the wire again. So this is almost done, you guys. And you could even put a little sign in here too if you wanted. So I'm going to make sure it's long enough for both sides because I don't necessarily measure stuff. I just eyeball stuff until my eyes go bad. You love it? Thank you. I'm so glad you love it. Okay. All right. That went through. So that's good. So now we're going to put our little wire through here. And we'll put it up on that side. And we'll put our wire on this side. And like I said, this is going to make it be a little, it'll make it look the wreath a little bigger. Okay, now Chrissy does not have the best handwriting, but neither does the farmer, okay? Most men's handwriting, most, not all, most men's handwriting is bad, especially doctors. My husband's handwriting is great, though. It's definitely better than me. But what we're going to do is, I have scrap paper. I'm going to just test out your pen. I'm using a Posca paint pen. And I'm going to write no bunnies on it. I have a drill too, but it's hot pink. So my husband doesn't use it. Lucy, I love that. That one's actually mine. I won it in a Christmas exchange. He's so like manly. He don't want to use a little drill anyways. All right, so we're going to write no bunnies, and I may have to do this, and I am writing it right over the paint. Did you hear me talking about you, love? All right. And obviously we're pressed for time, so I will probably do some more details on this later, but like I said, it's going to be like the farmer wrote it because Christy does not have good handwriting. That's one thing I want to do in life is get better handwriting. If I had to pick something, I probably need to take a whole class. And then bunnies is IES. And we'll make it looking like he's mad with exclamation points, right? What time is it? Oh, I got 7 minutes. And then we're going to go watch Jodi with Primitive Country Memories by Jodi. All right. It's not the greatest, guys, but you get the idea. Now, let me move this out of the way. And we're going to put this at the bottom. So you see what I mean? You can take a rinky-dinky wreath and turn it into something that's bigger and more gorgeous. So the one thing that you have to do here though is either go in between your veggies. I may have to go on this side because it's big. And then I would tie it at the back. So you don't want it to hang crooked. So just kind of look and measure And that's what I like about the wire. All right, so I'm going to start twisting this. If I had somebody to hold this, I would definitely have them hold it. You love it? I'm so glad you guys, actually, it came out better than I thought. I was like so nervous. I was like, I hope this thing comes out, because I'm trying to teach them that they could take any little thing and turn it better, and hopefully it works out. So, and then you'll go in later and cut off your little pieces of wire, or you can keep them. You can twirl them together and just kind of tuck them in. This needs to be higher. There we go. Sometimes you can use, you know, reinforcements. Okay. And then what I mean by tucking them in is just kind of twirling them around. That way you still have the extra wire in case you wanted to upgrade and you get something bigger. I'm so glad you guys love this. Sometimes you can connect them to each other, whatever you wanted to do. Okay. So there is, I know it's backwards, but there is our wreath. There's our little Peter Rabbit wreath. I love it. And then of course you have your little Peter Rabbit mug. If you have a little theme going, okay? I love this. So, and then you just, you know, take the next hour or two and clean off your craft table, because that's basically when you use this stuff. Thank you, Dee. When you use this moss stuff, it definitely, it definitely will make a mess. Okay, guys. I'm super proud of this. For my last 4 minutes, we're going to go over the story, and I'm going to show you my Peter Rabbit journal. So, this is probably going to go in my shop for the ET shop. I don't want to say the words because I feel like we get in trouble when we do that. So, I do make journals. I do a lot of paper crafts on my page. There is my little binding. And then this is my Peter Rabbit journal. If you notice, the front of it has the carrots. So fun, Christy. So I do put extra pages in here, and this was actually a new book. I actually just redid the book. So you have your Peter Rabbit on the front, and I will put pictures and all kinds of ephemera in here. And then right off the bat, you got a little pocket in here to put notes, Easter cards, whatever you want. And then inside, you'll find the story. And then I actually found some Peter Rabbit images and some other ephemera to put in here. I found garden paper. I do need to glue that a little bit more. There's a lot of us forget about Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, right? The good little bunnies. So, and then there's the middle piece. This one has 2 signatures. If you wonder what a signature is, it's just how many sewn pieces you have. And then there's little Peter. There's many versions of the Golden Book Peter version story. This is actually the Beatrix Potter one. It's just illustrated by a different illustrator than the original. And then he's stuck in there. And then you have more pages inside. And this just worked out so perfectly with the watering can and the watering can. And then there's your other little pocket that could hold ephemera or things that you want to put in your journal. And there's the back of that one. And then on this side, this is where he gets stuck in the garden, which is what we're doing today. We're in Mr. McGregor's garden. You've got Peter and then his family. I love the little tomato paper with the tomato scene. These illustrations are so gorgeous to me. Look at the little mouse in here. I just love it. I almost knocked that over. And then it's got all Peter Rabbit pages inside. So if you're also into paper crafting, we do that here. Here's another, there's 2 pockets in here in this particular journal. And then here's the story. I can't remember the part of the story we were going to go over, but you guys can always look it up. Oh, there we go. There's the illustration with the little onion on top. That's why I did it that way. And then the little One's inside. And there's that one. So I do have a lot of more work to do with this, and I have a special thing I'm going to do with this that I'll post when I'm all complete. So if you guys are interested, let me know. And I'm going to show you this one more time, and then we're going to go watch Jodi with Primitive Country Memories by Jodi. You guys, make sure you're, when you leave the pages, you're following them as well. Not just the group, but make sure you watch the group, because it's an easy way. You just refresh the page every hour and you get to watch everybody and their Peter Rabbit crafts. So it gives you a lot of ideas, and I hope you guys love these crafts today. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. And thank you so much for joining me on a Saturday. Love you guys. Bye.